Hello once again. So now we should be probably talking about cybersecurity because it's also one of your main fields where you are working on doing some kind of a research. And what I noticed in the general society, everyone thinks like security is equal to cryptography. So is it just cryptography or is security much more wider area?
It's okay. The most technical devices for security are based on cryptography. But this is not all, and I would say that most often, most dangerous stuff is happening not due to cryptographic problems. It's not so difficult to manage cryptography. It is difficult, but it can be done. There are a lot of issues with cybersecurity which cannot be fought by cryptographic means. And as usual, it is saying that the weakest link in any security system is human. Because you can always use the best cryptographic system wrongly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how secure the system
It
is.
doesn't matter. If you are using it not in a proper way, it will be completely insecure. This is even some philosophical question. It is also a question, what is security? If the boss of your company want to steal all information from your company, what kind of technical methods can help him? Not him, the company. There are no way. So this is always some kind of social issue. And so it depends how you are using your information, how you are using your tools. You can have a hammer to put the nail, or you can put your hand on your fingers. It's up to you.
Yeah, and usually we have the dilemma how the system should be usable and how secure it should be.
That is always some trade-off. The very completely secure system is not useful at all. And if it is very convenient, very useful, then it has no security at all. So this is always some kind of bargain, and depending on the risks and the costs of the risk. Okay, the banking system should be more secure than your, I don't know, system for keeping notes of your students. That just depends on the cost of it and the risks.
And when we are talking about the human is the most unsecure factor in the security system, like there is such a thing like phishing attacks.
Yeah.
Like how common those are and how complicated, because we already used to like email when we won or just got $1 million or $1 million, just need to provide the data. But is it just like this or it's more sophisticated nowadays?
Oh, it's phishing, it's very old stuff, and now it's evolving very fast, and it's becoming much more sophisticated. The artificial intelligence can be used to create specialized phishing attacks and phishing letters. And also, there are very different types of phishing attacks. You have a phishing attack for everybody, then you're writing more or less the same or slightly modified letters to everybody, hoping that 1 in 1,000 will reply. And there is targeted phishing attacks. When you are monitoring a person for months, his habits, his friends, his connections, and then you are writing a specific letter to him, and maybe not single letter, but making some conversations, and to defend against this type of attacks is extremely difficult. And this is not a technical question, it's the same like a cheating in, I don't know, in your shop or somewhere else. You are meeting somebody who is trying to sell you something. And should you trust him or not? This is the same with IT systems. With IT systems, it's more complicated because in the real world, you see the person, you have some kind of features which you assign to what is trustable person, what is not.
Yeah, sometimes we call it like internal voice.
Yeah.
We don't know
yeah,
why, but we don't
I
trust him.
don't feel that he's, how to say, I should trust him, but very often, if you have a specialized attacker, in real world, he can pretend very well. And it's extremely difficult to fight against that. But again, these, how to say, sophisticated attacks, they are expensive in some sense. It takes time, it takes resources, and in computer world the same. If you want to launch targeted attack, phishing attack against some person, it will take quite a significant resources. So, and this is very developing field. You can have a lot of new things. So, you should be prepared, but you will never be prepared finally. You should learn permanently, lifelong learning.
And it's like in companies, red team and blue team, like each team is trying to be better. Like attackers are using some advanced technologies like artificial intelligence. Probably we could try to use those, but for those dedicated spear phishing attacks, it's not very useful. At least not.
Against these dedicated attacks, it is some general training in general, which is, you cannot, because you do not know what specific conversation or what specific topics will be used to attack against you. And of course, there are so many venues to attack the person that, okay, I would say that if you have a lot of money and a lot of time, you can hire the best specialist of phishing attack who will study your behavior, and then he can guess what kind of attacks can be used against you. But this is not an efficient way, and maybe next month you will start a new project and everything will be in a new way. So it's like always, you should, how to say, have a basic so-called, I don't know in English how to pronounce, hygiene, like brushing your teeth. There are some just attitudes which you should use always without thinking.
And also probably it includes both technologies, solutions, as well as just understanding.
And behavior, just behavior. You should never click. Okay, always when you, that's very simplest example. If you receive email, the first thing you're looking who sent it to you. Because address can be faked, but 95% of phishing attacks are coming from addresses which has nothing to do with the topic inside the letter. So this is the first thing you can do. And, okay, I can tell you some anecdotal story. I received recently, some months ago, email that I am granted $500 from IEEE organization.
So winning something, as usual.
Yeah, so it's a typical phishing email, and I was sure that this is phishing. But somehow, for some reason, because all these addresses were correct, so I wrote to this IEEE, and it appeared that they really granted me $500. So if I would be too paranoid, I would skip my $500.
Yeah, so it's also like trade-off.
Yeah. Trust is also, how to say, needed for your functioning, for functioning of society. But trust is a very important brick in any kind of society. The less trust is in society, the more difficult it is to develop economically, social, and so on.
Yeah, so basically if I would summarize your talk, like we should be finding the balance.
Yeah. Like always.
Yeah.
Like everywhere.
So thank you.
Yeah.